There's a lot coming to you here from Valley Forge National Park. It's a beautiful fall day, and I decided to do a recording out in nature this time. I'm reading Matthew Kelly's book, Life is Messy. And what I really like about it is he packs a lot into each chapter. The chapters are short, but nevertheless he's got some really great theological premises on which he bases his thoughts. One of the things he has in a chapter is called Slow Down. And he talks about a couple of times in his life when he just was incredibly busy and almost too busy. And he ended up hitting a wall, having a kind of a nervous breakdown, for lack of a better word. And from that, he ended up learning that sometimes you really can overextend yourself. This is what he says. He was in the midst of one of these times, and he was praying, and what he heard from the Lord was, quote, "You are way over the speed limit of your life, and you need to slow down." Another phrase I've heard is outrunning your grace. He said, look, life isn't a race, and so many times I meet people, and they say, hey, I got it, but they don't, and we don't. We continue to rush around like maniacs. But here's the real problem. The real problem is we think of life as a race, and every step sideways or backwards or a little detour, we panic because we think it's a waste of time. He said, look, life is like a dance. Dancers move forward, they move backwards, they move side to side, but they certainly aren't moving forward at a breakneck speed all the time. And what you end up is you having something that looks like poetry in motion. It's absolutely beautiful. Last week, Jason Carter talked about St. Monica 100, where we are saying, wouldn't it be great if 100% of the people at St. Monica were involved or engaged or somehow connected with the parish in some way. Not necessarily ministry. Ministry is when you're doing something for somebody else. It could be other things. A couple of people said, like, for example, it could be devotions. It could be groups like Walking with Purpose, That Man Is You. It could be something like the people who write our intercessions or adoration or something like that. But just if everybody were somehow engaged in the parish in one of those four pillars and trying to encounter Christ through word, through liturgy, through charity, and through community. But here's the catch. That does not mean that Jason or I or anybody else is saying that you have to start cranking it up and be on the treadmill chasing the cheese. That's not the point. You have to make sure that you don't outrun your grace. And you've got to make sure that you are not over the speed limit of your life. That is really critical now as we get into Thanksgiving and we start going into Advent and into Christmas, because it can really accelerate, and trying to do more is not what God's will is for you. And certainly not during the Christmas and Advent season when He wants to spend more time with you and not seeing you just wearing yourself out. So think about it. If you want, pick up Matt's book. I think it's a good read. Light reading, but rock solid theology. And I wish you a very restful night and a peaceful day. God bless.